and things that take flight.
Vampires, goblins, strange and bizarre. Let's all go.
Hey everyone, what's going on? It's girl T.I.E here, which stands for Together Individual Entertainment. Alright, we are exactly 2 days away from Halloween, so today's a double story feature. That's right, a double story, which means we're reading 2 stories instead of 1. And we're starting with Clifford's Halloween. And this is like when he's a grown-up dog. So let's get into it, shall we? I'm Emily Elizabeth. Today is a holiday. It's my favorite day of the year. This is my dog, Clifford. Today is his favorite day, too. With a big red dog like Clifford, every day is fun. But holidays are the most fun of all. At Christmas, Clifford makes a very good Santa. He already has a red coat. And on New Year's Eve, we stay up until midnight so Clifford can blow his New Year's horn. Clifford is my favorite Valentine. And you should see Clifford on Easter. He makes a wonderful Easter bunny. On April Fool's Day, Clifford never plays tricks on anyone. And no one plays tricks on Clifford. On Thanksgiving, Clifford gets a great big turkey. But today is the best holiday of all. Halloween! Last year, we had a big Halloween party. I dressed as a pirate, but I didn't know how to dress Clifford. Daddy thought Clifford would make a good devil. I wanted him to be a clown. Or maybe a witch. But Clifford wanted to be a ghost. When the children came to the party, nobody could guess who the big ghost really was. We had fun. We bobbed for apples. Clifford wanted to play too. We played another game with apples. Clifford won that game. Then Mommy told us a ghost story, but we weren't afraid. We had the biggest ghost on our street taking care of us. After the party, Clifford and I went trick-or-treating. We didn't have much luck, but we didn't mind. It was time to go to bed anyhow. Halloween was over, and now Halloween has come again. I am not going to be a pirate this year. I am going to be a fairy princess. But what should Clifford be? An Indian? A knight? What do you suggest? Alright, so that was Clifford's Halloween, our first story of the day. Now, it's time to get into our second story, Franklin's Halloween. That's right, another childhood icon. Clifford was our PBS Kids childhood icon. Now we have Franklin from Nick Jr. back in the day. So let's get into it, shall we? Here we go. Franklin could count by 2s and tie his shoes. He knew the days of the week, the months of year, and the holidays in every season. Today was October 31st. It was Halloween. Franklin couldn't hardly wait for tonight's costume party. Everyone would be there. Franklin and his friends had talked about the party for weeks. There would be games, prizes, and even a parade. Best of all, there would be a haunted house. I think there'll be bats and spiders, said Franklin, and skeletons, added Beaver. Rabbit shivered. My sister says she saw a real ghost in there last year. That's silly, Rabbit, said Beaver. There are no real ghosts. All Franklin's friends were excited because of the costume contest. Franklin wasn't sure what he was going to wear. He tried on everything in his dress-up trunk, but nothing seemed quite right. Beaver and Goose were keeping their costumes secret, trying to find us at the party. They giggled. Fox was also mysterious about what he was going to be. Look for something gruesome, he said. That gave Franklin an idea. He would be something creepy. He took Franklin more than an hour to make his costume. As soon as it was done, he sneaked up behind his father and tapped him on the shoulder. "Trick or treat," said Franklin. "Ah!" gasped his father. "Who are you?" In his deepest, spookiest voice, Franklin answered, "It's me, Frankenstein." On the way to town, Franklin tried to guess who was inside each costume. "At least I don't have to worry about finding Bear," said Franklin. "He always a ghost." But at the same time, Franklin's parents arrived. The party had started. Franklin spotted a ghost at the apple bobbing and hurried toward him. "Hello, Bear," Franklin said. "Ooh," answered the ghost. "That's good, Bear," said Franklin. "You sound really scary." Franklin bobbed for an apple. Then he ran to the pumpkin toss. It was his favorite game because he always won a treat. Franklin's bag was almost full by the time the judges announced the costume contest. While everyone lined up for the parade, Franklin tried to find more of his friends. He thought he recognized Beaver and Goose, but where was Fox? They marched around the building twice. Franklin made horrible monster sounds and shuffled with straight legs. He won a prize for being the best green monster. There was only one more thing to do. Go into the haunted house. "You first," said Beaver, pushing Franklin toward the door. It creaked open. A skeleton rattled. Chains clanged. There were moans. Franklin stepped on something crunchy. Suddenly, a big hairy hand reached out of the darkness. Franklin's heart beat hard and fast. But before he could scream, a light was flicked on. "Trick or treat," shouted Mr. Mole. Franklin looked around nervously. Then he laughed, and the hairy hand was only Mr. Mole's mop. "Here's a treat for braving the haunted house," said Mr. Mole. "A ghost came before you. He got so scared he flew away." "But Bear can't fly," said Franklin. "It wasn't Bear," exclaimed Mr. Mole. "Bear is homesick with a nasty cold." Franklin shuddered. If Bear wasn't the ghost, then who was? He ran back to his friends who were waiting in the line for the haunted house. Was it that scary?" asked Faust. "You look like you see a ghost." "Maybe I did," said Franklin. He told them what Mr. Mole had said. "You mean that Bear was never here?" asked Beaver. Franklin shook his head. "The ghost flew over them. It swooped low and called, 'Woo!' Rabbit twitched. 'So what is white?' says, 'Whoo!' and flies." "A real ghost," answered Goose. "Run!" Franklin was about to follow when he saw a feather flowing down. "Stop!" he shouted. "I think I know who the ghost is." Franklin showed them the feather. "Look! It must be Mr. Owl." Even Rabbit giggled when he realized the trick their teacher had played. By the end of the party, everyone's bag was full. "Poor Bear," said Raccoon. "No treats for him." "We could share our treats with Bear," suggested Franklin. All the friends agreed. They each put some treats into the bag, and they walked to Bear's house and left the bag on the doorstep. "Trick or treat," they called. On the way home, Franklin looked into the treat bag. "Goodness," said his mother, "you have enough there to last until next Halloween." "Maybe," said Franklin, sampling a few, but secretly we hoped the trees would last until the end of the week. All right, so that was Franklin's Halloween. I hope all of you enjoyed this double Halloween tale of both childhood icons, Clifford from PBS Kids and Franklin from Nick Jr. In the meantime, this is Ty saying Happy Halloween and have a safe one at that. Bye!